Okay, who do we have this time?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Rodney Dwayne Stacy.
Rodney Dwayne Stacy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
May it please the court, Your Honor?
Yes.
As stated before you, Mr. Rodney Dwayne Stacy. This is case number 2023 GS 450134. Your Honor, this is another waiver indictment. He was originally charged with possession with intent to distribute marijuana and unlawful carrying of a pistol. Your Honor, he is here this afternoon to plead guilty to possession of marijuana under their previous statute under CDR code 10179 that carries up to 6 months. Your Honor, he's represented by Attorney Virgil Barr, the Winsboro County Public Defender's Office. Mr. Rodney Stacy does not have any criminal history, so at this time, the state's recommendation is a conditional discharge at the court's discretion.
All right. Is that right, Mr. Barr?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, that's correct.
Is that right, Mr. Stacy?
Yes, sir.
You want to give up your right to a jury trial and plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And are you guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole at this time?
No, sir.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, back on June 13, 2022, Sergeant Coker with Kingstree Police Department was on patrol on Eastland Avenue in the town limits of Kingstree, South Carolina, when he observed a dark gray Chevy Malibu with dark window tint that exceeded the legal limit. Sergeant Coker activated his blue lights to make a traffic stop on that vehicle. He made a passenger side approach and made contact with the driver, Mr. Rodney Stacy, and asked Mr. Stacy for all his identification materials such as license, registration, and proof of insurance. While Mr. Stacy was attempting to locate these documents, Sergeant Coker smelled a strong odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. He asked Mr. Stacy to step outside the vehicle and stand in front of the patrol vehicle. Sergeant Coker explained to Mr. Stacy that he could smell marijuana coming from the vehicle. Mr. Stacy stated that he had smoked with a friend earlier that day. And Sergeant Coker asked Mr. Stacy if there was anything illegal in the vehicle, and he stated that there was a gun under the driver's seat. Sergeant Coker detained Mr. Stacy. Officer Gaskins arrived his backup and began a probable cause search of the vehicle. And that's when they located a red bag in the back seat containing a green leafy substance. They did a field testing of the substance in the car, and it was about a field total weight of 3.5 ounces of marijuana.
Those facts true?
Yes, sir.
All right. And criminal history?
No criminal history, Your Honor.
Mr. Barr?
Yes, yes, sir, Your Honor, this is Mr. Stacy. I believe he's 23
Yes, sir.
years old, and this is his mother from the, yes, sir, Your Honor, that's his mother.
I thought you were introducing her.
Oh, no, this is
His mother, I mean, usually the last part is a name that goes along with his mother for
Yes.
the record, yeah.
Miss Austin.
Miss Austin. And I discussed this, I discussed the offer from the state, Your Honor. I discussed the conditional discharge. I believe it to be in Mr. Stacy's best interest. He's an extremely young man. He's from the Kingstree area. As the state mentioned, he's never had any issues with the law. And we were to ask the court to consider accepting the recommendation from the state of conditional discharge based on his lack of criminal history, based on his age. And this could be a true second chance for him.
Yeah. You explained to him that should he fail to successfully complete conditional discharge, he'll come back before the court for sentencing
Yes,
only, not a determination of guilt, but he's pleading guilty, he's just dead, and he'd be coming back for sentencing.
yes, sir. I told him there's going to be certain conditions that the court, that you can put on this, and that upon completion of those conditions, then he can have this charge, he can have this discharge dismissed.
All right, Mr. Stacy, what you want to tell me?
I want to tell you that I'm sorry for riding around with weed. I don't distribute weed. I smoke weed.
Yeah, when's the last time you had some?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Well, how are you going to successfully complete a conditional discharge? Because as a condition of a conditional discharge sentence, you'd be subjected to random drug and alcohol testing, and you test positive, you'll be immediately brought back to court for sentencing if you do not successfully complete the conditional discharge.
Yes, sir.
So you have a lot of people who, how long have you been using marijuana?
For a long time.
Well, I know how long. I mean, you're 23 years old. How long have you been using marijuana?
13.
13 for 10 years. And so you believe that all of a sudden you come to court and you get this conditional discharge and all of a sudden you'll stop using it?
Yes, sir.
And when you go into the probation department and when they test you, you'll test negative.
Yes, sir.
What makes you think that?
Because I don't smoke it every day.
Well, how many times a week you smoke it?
Recently, I wasn't smoking that much. Probably like once a week.
Well, okay, once a week.
Yes, sir.
Well, how often y'all gonna test them?
It depends. When he come in initially for intake, that's a drug test.
Well, knowing that he's been using it for the past 10 years, and the condition is that he's not to use it, how often will y'all test him?
I'll test him every month.
Once a month? Will he know which one, when you're gonna test him, so he can get off for a week or two? How long does the marijuana stay in the system?
About 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days, yeah. How you gonna make it? How you gonna pass this?
By not smoking.
All right. What you think about it, Miss Alston?
I don't know what to think.
What's your first
To be
name?
honest with you,
What's your
Tawan.
first name?
Tawan.
Tawan
Austin.
Alston.
Yes, sir.
How did he get the name Stacy?
His dad,
We don't have any Stacys around here.
right, his dad is from Miami, Florida. When I left Kingstree, when I graduated high school in 93 and went to Columbia, I think I met his dad in 95. And yeah, he's from Miami, Florida, so I gave him his last name.
Well, how long you been living here? He's been living here.
We moved, well,
2012.
he was born in Columbia, so I'm originally from here. So I think we came home in 2012.
2012.
Yes, sir.
And moved on Thorne Avenue?
Yes, sir.
Who are you connected with on Thorne Avenue?
My uncle, Larry Austin.
Oh, Larry.
That's my
Laurie.
uncle. Yeah, his sister was my mom.
You living in Laurie's house?
No, sir, I live in my mom's house which was
Across
directly
the
across
street.
the street beside the car lot from
I knew your mom. What was her name again?
Ann Austin.
Ann Austin. She kin to you too, Miss?
That name sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar.
You know Laurie Austin.
Yes, sir.
And across the street is his sister Ann.
Well, she passed away in May
Yeah,
16th.
I know. She
Okay.
was. That's where she lived.
Yeah.
Now that's where you live.
Yes.
But she's in Austin right here. You're not kin to them?
I didn't know.
I don't know. My father didn't know the Austin side of his family too well. He more knows the Morrises from Neesmith.
The who?
The Morris
Moors.
family from Neesmith.
Leastman. So you're not a real Kingstree Austin then? We know the Austins in Kingstree. Laurie was the man.
Yes, sir. We know him.
He ran Thorne Avenue.
Yes.
What you think?
I think that would be the youngest one,
And
which
what's
is
his name?
William Timothy Austin.
And where does he live?
I think he lives in Michigan now.
Well, Michigan. Yeah, I know.
He just graduated with executive MBA.
Okay.
With an MBA? All right. What year did Laurie die?
In 2016, we buried him a day before Thanksgiving.
What would he say if he came here with this fella, your son?
Oh, goodness. I don't know.
He might not even stand beside him.
Right, I don't think he would. I don't think he would. I'm appalled to know that at 13 years old,
You were surprised to learn that.
yeah. I mean, as he got older, I was able to.
Well, can't you tell when he comes around and he's had some marijuana to
Well,
speak?
see, he's not going to come around me.
You're not gonna come around?
Yeah, he's not gonna come around me like that.
He still lives with you?
No, sir. No, sir. He doesn't live with me.
Who does he live with?
He lives with his girlfriend and
His girlfriend?
his 4-year-old son.
Oh. All right, Mr. Stacy. All right, I'm going to impose a conditional discharge sentence and put you on probation for a period of 90 days. Special condition, random drug testing. You must pay the conditional discharge fee of $350. And I wish you the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Austin, how have you enjoyed court? You've been back there smiling most of the day. How have you been? What have you gained from being here?
Well, I like how you give them a chance to speak. A lot of them don't take the chance, you know, but I think that you're an asset to the court system because it seems like a lot of the people who were present here today are our young black men. And so they need they need the guidance, the support, the information that you're, giving to them and what you're trying to teach them if they're smart enough to open their minds to learn it. You understand? But a lot of them, when you have to know how to speak in front of people.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're not entitled to, many of them are not entitled to, not accustomed to communicating.
Right.
I don't know what kind of language these people speak there.
Right.
If they can't have a regular conversation.
Right. And so when we moved here from Columbia, as I stayed here longer, like I said, I was born and raised here, and I wouldn't take back anything, the school, anything that I learned. But, being in Columbia was a difference than coming here. I could see him changing with the people he was hanging around, But everybody's mindset is different. But thank you.
Best we can do is pray for him and hope he does better.